Hi, Aries. Welcome to your weekly reading for March 21st to the 27th. Let's see what we have coming up here for you, Aries. I see that some of you are taking a risk or a chance on yourself or like a dream or something that you've just been wanting to do for a really long time. Or I feel like you're coming out of some kind of restriction that you might have felt like you were in. You're breaking free, breaking through is the energy that I'm picking up on here. So let's see. It's like you're aiming high, you're dreaming higher, assessing. Yeah, it's like I also say that you may be looking at something from a different perspective or understanding where you might have been coming from in regards to some kind of situation with your potential or like what you might have gone after or what you might have pursued in the past. It feels like you might be almost like looking at where you could add to your life to increase the quality or feel more like your life has more, like there's something more fulfilling. Some of you may feel like there's something missing or there's something that I could be doing more, or I could be doing something, or I feel like there's something missing here. And I feel like you're kind of figuring out what that is or why that is. And you're gearing up to make some kind of shift or change in that direction. It's like you found a clue, like a hidden clue or a missing clue. And I'm so sorry about that motorcycle. He's been just circling around my studio for the last like 20 minutes. I apologize for that. But yeah, I feel like there's something that you are like gearing up for. Like there's something, and that's interesting that I'm kind of thinking about the motorcycle, about how he's kind of like revving up. It's like you're getting ready to do something because you see something clearly, or you see something from a different perspective. Like your perspective about a certain situation is changing. And I feel like it has something to do with your career. It has something to do with your maybe what we might have gone after or what we have allowed ourselves to go after. You may be looking at something and seeing, I could really do so much more, or I could actually go for the big ticket item. I keep kind of playing it safe over here when really I think I have the potential to do more with this. So there's something about that here, and I feel like you're seeing something and you're going after it. You're getting ready to go after it. So let's see what we have in your tarot here. Some of you may be traveling, some of you may like take a trip or plan to travel somewhere where it's been something you wanted to do or go for a really long time. We have a lot of like looking out into the future and kind of planning for the future here. You can see like the Queen of Swords and the Assessing card are very, very similar to each other. They're both in a hot air balloon and they're both looking outward, using one of those telescopes. And kind of they're assessing, they're planning out. So you're in planning stage for something. It's like a road has appeared in front of you, or you have some clarity about a road or a path in front of you. And it might have been something that's actually has been right underneath your nose, but we might have had so many blinders on or so many things that we didn't see we needed to kind of shift our mindset or perspective in order to see something clearly. And now we have that. So this is going to be interesting. Let's see where this goes. Yeah, look at that. And then venturing on into a new path. I feel like for the last couple of months, I think for a lot of people as well, there has been this preparing. It's like we know that there's some kind of shift or change happening. And for some, it's in their career. For some, it's in relationships. So just depending on where you are in your life, I feel like where there has been the biggest hindrance or block, I feel like for the last couple of months, there's been this preparing or this gradual shift in mindset. And now that the clouds are beginning to part and we're seeing things in a different in a different way, we're able to approach it. It's almost like we were building up the courage, building up. We know what we have to do. We just kind of have to get ourselves in the right energetic space to go after it or to pursue it or to kind of put that one foot forward and just start walking. And I feel like as we go into even your season, Aries, that this is going to be like, there's going to be motivation, inspiration, and energy going towards the things that we've been kind of preparing ourselves for, energetically preparing ourselves for. It's like we're putting things into action, we're putting things into motion. And I think we also may be surprised at how quickly some things actually start to show up as soon as we put that foot forward, because for the last couple of months or even the last couple of years, there's been a lot of this prep work. So it's like the energy has already been building up underneath. And now this is just about that energy being expressed now. Okay, Three of Pentacles reversed. I need to know about this. I feel like you might be breaking away from community. You may be breaking away from a team, from some kind of collaborative work, maybe wanting to venture out and do something on your own. I'm hearing end to a chapter. So maybe an end to a chapter with a group of people or a group, some kind of community that you've been a part of for quite some time. I feel like you either have outgrown or you have kind of learned everything you needed to learn. Like you're ready to grow now. And it's kind of like that chapter is closing is what I feel here. Let's see what we need to know for the Three of Pentacles reversed for Aries. Yeah, it's like you have like a new vision. You have a new vision, a new dream for yourself, or wanting really to pursue something that you might have always wanted to pursue, but now you're kind of ready to actually go after it. And that may require you to step out of some kind of group mentality, something that has maybe made you feel a bit limited in what you could do. Four of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles. I'm hearing unused potential with the Five of Pentacles, unused potential that may have resulted in not able to have more than we could. It's like we couldn't allow ourselves or something. I feel like you're going after maybe like a long lost dream or something you've just had in your heart for a long time, but for some reason we were holding ourselves back. Especially with that Four of Pentacles, it's like holding on to comfort, holding on to something that, we're familiar with. But at the same time, it also kind of maybe made us feel like there's something missing. I feel like you're breaking out of this. What else do we need to know about the Four of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles? King of Cups. Yeah. So getting really in touch with our emotions, getting in touch with our heart, getting in touch with what's truly in our heart and allowing ourselves to pursue that. Again, I'm seeing like risk, taking a journey, allowing ourselves to entertain something new, something different, new horizons, even if it feels a bit unknown. So I really see you coming out of your comfort zone here. It's like you're challenging yourself to come out of your comfort zone with something, but it's for the purposes of aiming higher or going after something that really resonates with you in your heart. Yeah, see that transformation of old ways, of breaking out of old paradigms, breaking out of the box, breaking out of things that may feel outdated. So you're transforming in that way. You're growing through something that may have held you back or has been there for a long time. And it may be have been a block that we didn't know was there. Voyage, travel, walking away from. I feel like you're also kind of seeing how something there may have been maybe a connection with someone, or maybe just a habit or a belief system that has has made you feel a bit ungrounded, or has in some form or another not really allowed you to, has blocked you in some way. And I feel like you're leaving that, you're walking away from that. Okay, let's go into the Queen of Swords. So I'm hearing planning and strategizing. So we're definitely in planning and strategizing mode. I also feel like you're making like really smart choices. I feel like you're focusing. With the Queen of Swords, it's like focusing on what you know for sure, without a doubt. And I also feel like you're applying your wisdom to things as well. Like you're making wise choices, wise decisions, and also choosing to put your energy towards the things that you have control over. So for example, if there is a relationship that seems a bit confusing, it's like you're going to approach it where, you know what, it is what it is. I'm not sure what to do about it. I can't really control another person, obviously. I can only control what's right in front of me and what I can do with my own life. And so I'm going to shift my focus onto things that make sense, things that help to move me forward in my life. And if something is meant to be with me, if something is meant to move with me, then it will. So I feel like you're really approaching something, your life just in general, with more wisdom, and really reserving your energy, putting your energy towards the things that will produce some kind of result for you, and really trusting your instincts on that, trusting your own mind, trusting what you know. Because when you're trusting what you know from your own intuition and what your inner voice is telling you, then you're more likely to be happy with the outcome, rather than kind of following what you think you're supposed to do, or trying to figure out something that you know it's just not gonna, me thinking about it and ruminating about it is just not gonna get me anywhere. So I feel like you're really being smart about your energy here and your focus with the Queen of Swords is what I'm hearing. I also think that you're seeing things for what they really are, like seeing the truth for what they really are, and not allowing yourself to be swayed by other people, like what they want you to think about something. I feel like you are seeing something for what it is. And I also feel like you might be even having more insight into your passions, like your dreams, your passions. You're seeing what you bring to the table with a lot more clarity. So I feel like your self-value, your self-worth is going up in that sense. So you might be really, really good at something, but maybe for a while we haven't been able to see how much. Like we knew we were good, but I wasn't 100% sure. But I feel like you honoring your own intuition and your own inner knowing, and kind of stepping away from a collectivist thinking, or like maybe the people that we were around, or community. I feel like you're taking a step back and really looking at yourself through your own eyes, rather than taking on other people's opinions, or including that in your in what you think or your perspective. And you're seeing how much value you bring and how good you really are at something. So I kind of feel like your self-value is going up. And I feel like from that, you're going to have some kind of creative idea or expression. Look at that. 9 of Pentacles. And because you're seeing maybe what you bring to the table, like you're willing to put in that hard work towards something that you are very passionate about. It's like you have that clear vision about it. I'm passionate about this. I know it, that this is for me, that this is what I can do, and I'm good at this. So that confidence is coming through. And with that comes the 9 of Pentacles. You're able to attract the abundance. You're able to attract everything that you know that you're worthy of. So I feel like these 2 cards are kind of coming forward for you, Aries, as a reflection of you being able to see yourself, your life, your circumstances, the people around you in a clear light, in a different perspective, something that's just more in alignment with the truth. look at that. The Empress. So very abundant and magnetic, and has the ability to know how to cultivate and to bring forth something that you have been creating for a long time. Something you have been building for yourself for a very long time. And you may not have even realized that you were building this, because I feel like some of you maybe have been kind of building up to something since you were kids, but you may not have realized it. Like, it could have been something that you were just naturally good at, or something that you just had a knack for, and you didn't really, it's almost like you're maybe, and that, I feel like that's another thing that you may be kind of picking up on. Like, I've been doing this my whole life and I just didn't realize it. Why am I not, putting more energy towards this? And then you're kind of like seeing, again, you're seeing what you bring to the table. You're seeing your value, something that you're just really, really good at, and something that's always been within you. Okay, so then we have the Lovers, and then we have the Nine of Swords. See? I like that. See, that's what I'm talking about. The Lovers, the Nine of Swords, but then the Eight of Cups. We're going to walk away from things. And I feel like this is not necessarily about just kind of forgetting about someone or disconnecting from them. But I feel like your energy, the energy that you're putting in towards something, if it's causing Nine of Swords within you, it's not worth it. And it's not that the relationship isn't worth it or the person isn't worth it, but it's whatever ruminating, if some ruminating about something is putting you in the place of the Nine of Swords, which is worry, anxiety, not being able to sleep, paranoid, like all of these kinds of energies, it's not worth it. So for your own peace of mind, I feel like there's more of a shift of focus onto yourself, maybe more of a grounding energy, like grounding into what is right in front of me and what I can do for my life right now that inspires me, that brings life, that breathes like life into my life, is going to be much more useful. It's going to just push your life forward in the way that you want, because this kind of energy keeps us stuck. I feel like sometimes worrying about things sometimes helps us to feel like thinking about it. Sometimes cast this illusion that we're in control somehow if we can think about it, if we can kind of reason our way through it or find all these solutions up in our mind, but really nothing really transpires into the physical form. We just worry about it. And so I feel like you're seeing that. If that's resonating with some of you, it may not resonate with everyone, but if that's resonating with you, it's like we may be noticing how it's not doing that. It's not really bringing any kind of solution to any kind of situation. So I'm just going to take a step back and reinvest my energy into my inner peace and allow myself to move forward. And again, if something is meant to come with me in this journey, it will. I don't have to hold on to it or cling to it too tightly. Let's pick one more here with the Eight of Cups. Yeah, see? A renewal of passion, curiosity. I feel like by shifting your focus onto something else is actually going to spark curiosity. It may even spark a passion for something that is new, that is different. It may lead you down a path where you pick up some kind of hobby or something that's really going to be inspiring for you. And it'll be this awakening moment for you. You may be on the verge of awakening into some kind of really profound insight about yourself, about a connection, about where you are in your life right now. I feel like this Tower is an awakening. It's like this, all of a sudden you realize something, something about where you are and where some things need to kind of end or change or dismantle. Can we have one more about the Tower, Aries? What is this about? What are we holding on to? What are we holding on to that's actually not serving us? and also kind of realizing that there's more out there for us. Yeah. See, so there's something that you're holding on to that's been blocking you, and you're going to realize that. You're going to see that. You're seeing what you're holding on to has been blocking you. And as soon as that tower moment kind of happens, which is, I feel like this is more of you. It's a moment of clarity. It's a sudden moment of clarity for you, but it's going to be a profound one. It's going to shift your energy in another direction, and you're going to have clear insight of where you need to head or where you need to go from there. So clarity and clear direction is going to be really profound for you, for some of you, Aries. Okay, the Fool. So now we're on this new journey, we're on this new path. Curiosity, not really knowing what's ahead of us, but I feel like you're ready for this. I feel like this is something you've been preparing for in many different ways. Wow, look at that. So we have the World. So an ending to a chapter brings the Fool. And then we have the Page of Cups. So learning new things, connecting with new people, communicating. Some of you may be like making new friends, meeting making like new connections with others. I feel like some of you are ready for different kinds of partnerships, different kinds of relationships with others. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at that. 3 of Cups and the Page of Cups. So definitely friendships, relationships are in for a renewal. So if some of you have been feeling isolated, or if you've been feeling like, I really need to meet some new people, or I miss socializing with people, or I miss going places. So you've been kind of in that stagnant, lonely, isolating type of energy, then I feel like so either you'll start to meet new people, or you will start to feel the urge to meet new people. So that energy will start kind of brewing within you. You'll kind of feel this pull towards, I think I want to like get out there and take a class, or I don't know, just like put myself in a situation where I could meet someone or make a friend. Or you may just start putting yourself out there more, maybe even on social media, kind of like connecting with people, starting a conversation, that kind of thing. So I feel like that energy would be something you might even want to call in, like you may be focusing on asking your guides or asking spirit to guide you towards connections that are nurturing and nourishing, and will kind of give you some support that you may feel like you're needing. So friendships and connections and partnerships seem like they're in for a renewal here, and you're kind of like attracting that on this new journey and this new path. What else do we need to know? The 3 of Cups, Page of Cups. Oh, look at that. Queen of Cups. So yeah, I feel like there's a lot of beautiful heart energy to your reading, Aries. With the Queen of Cups, we also had the King of Cups earlier. So this is all about really honoring your emotions, honoring your heart, valuing yourself, respecting yourself, loving yourself. This is all about really knowing what you're worth and what you bring to the table, and connecting with people that mirror that back to you, and vice versa. So connecting with people where you can also see that in others, where you can look at them and be like, I really value this about this person, and I love being around them. So I feel like you're cultivating that energy around you. So you are becoming that within yourself, but you're also attracting those kinds of energies towards you as well. So your life feels much more nourishing. It feels much more supportive in many different areas, not just in your career or in, finances but I feel like there's more to it. There's more experiences. There's more connections. It's more well-rounded is kind of what I'm feeling here. Okay. What else do we need to know? Seven of Wands. So setting strong boundaries. So I feel like a lot of you have also gone through this journey of setting strong boundaries as a form of self-love and self-care. And by setting those boundaries, it's like you're making this proclamation to the universe saying, I'm not willing to tolerate this. Like, this is not okay. I don't want this energy in my area. I don't want this in my sphere. I want these kinds of connections, these kinds of experiences in my life. So I feel like you've done the hard work of setting strong boundaries by learning from those lessons from the past. And you've really set those standards for what you're allowing into your life. And that's a form of self-care and self-love here, really honoring yourself in that way. Look at that. the Emperor. We did have the Empress earlier here. Let's have one more with the Emperor, because this could be you setting your boundaries with an Emperor, or this could be you calling in your Emperor. Let's see what we got here. What do we need to know about the Emperor? We have the King of Pentacles and the Moon. So I feel like, and look at that. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so I feel like there might be a connection, like a really strong connection here, because we did have the Lovers as well. But it does kind of feel like it's a little bit at a standstill, but we're not really sure what's going on there. I feel as though you refocusing your energy onto yourself and moving forward is only going to help nurture and nourish any kind of healing that may need to happen in a relationship. And whether that healing brings a closure to a relationship and closing up the chapter, or a renewal in it, either way, it's the right move. So I feel like, again, with this Hanged Man position, there may be someone here who is in your life that's a significant partnership, that's an Emperor, that may be going through their own kind of, I'm hearing Dark Night of the Soul. So some of them may be really going through some kind of transformation, having their perspective and mindset being shifted as well. But I feel like there's this really, there's this inner work that needs to be done, almost kind of what I'm feeling here. And you may be setting your boundaries with them. You may be kind of walking away in the sense of not really focusing too much on what's going to happen and how it's going to happen. I think that that's more of an empowering decision, and that empowerment is only going to help bring either closure or forward movement in some kind of connection. So I think that's really important here. And I feel like both energies, if this is resonating, if this is a relationship that's in your life, then I feel like both energies, both are looking to kind of establish themselves in their own way, and whatever resonates for them, fulfilling their own soul contracts, becoming in an individual level, becoming who they were destined to become in their own way. And then kind of when the time is right, the energies will naturally come together if they're meant to, because the energies will, they will resonate. They will harmonize is what I'm hearing. So right now, I feel like both energies are harmonizing and stabilizing in their own way, because if it came together in a different time, then there may be there'll be disharmony, right? Because it's not matching. So I feel like we're kind of working on bringing both energies to a place of harmony so they can coexist together and be like a happy connection. So yeah, I'm going to leave that part there. All right. Bottom of the deck, Page of Swords. So I feel like this is also about understanding and learning more about yourself. Again, we have a shift in perspective here with the Page of Swords. So there's a lot of activity and energy going on in the third eye and the crown. There's a lot of transformation happening there. Let me pick one more here with the Page of Swords. I feel like you're also just kind of exploring to see what else is out there for you. Yeah, see, it's like you have the plans in place. You have kind of it's like you have an idea of what direction you want to move in, and you are taking it one day at a time and investing your energy every day in building towards that. So I feel like your focused attention and diligence and persistence is going to really bring in beautiful results here. Can we have one more for the Knight of Pentacles and Page of Swords? Aries. Look at that, happiness, 9 of Cups. So you know what it is that you want. You know where it is that you want to go. And this is all about you just working towards it and putting that energy towards it. But and then the outcome of those two, the Knight of Pentacles and Page of Swords, I feel like you're also approaching something with not so much stress, like you're kind of allowing yourself to just flow with it. With that Page of Swords, sometimes Page of Swords is also about exploring, like exploring your options, playing around with different things and seeing how that will work, and not really judging something before it really gives any kind of proof that it could work or not, like allowing something to show for itself. Like you may have an idea and it could sound a little bit, off the beaten path or a little bit different, but you're never going to know if you don't try it or if you don't put it out there. You may be surprised at the results. And I feel like you're in that space, like you're allowing something to show you what it can do for you and if it's going to work or not, and then kind of shifting gears if it doesn't. So that's a really good energy to be in. I like that. It's kind of stepping outside the box there, and it's going to bring a lot of happiness and contentment and fulfillment, whatever it is that you're kind of working towards here. So beautiful, Aries. Okay. What is a challenge for Aries this week? Encouragement. So believing in yourself, seeing the results from your hard work, allowing yourself to keep pushing forward, even if like things are not necessarily moving in the direction that you want them to move in, or maybe in the speed that you want them to move in. Can we have another one for the encouragement card? Maybe a lot of you are also kind of feeling like you don't have a whole lot of people around you where you feel supported or encouraged, which is why I think that beautiful energy of calling in new connections and new friendships is going to be really helpful. So that may be something that you may want to consider if that's something that hasn't really, maybe we haven't been open to in the past. That may be really helpful to feel more supported by other people, because we do need that. I mean, we do have our guides and spirit guides and beautiful guardians that watch over us, but it's also important to have support in the 3D physical world with friendships and family and whoever really we feel safe to be around. We have one more for the encouragement card. Why is this a challenge? Yeah. So again, this kind of reminds me of that Knight of Pentacles. And I like that. We have the Nine of Cups kind of validating it, because it's like in those beginning stages when we first have an idea about something, we're not really sure, if we can, if it's going to work, or something we want to put our energy towards, especially if we don't see results right away. It can get discouraging, or we don't see what we had, maybe what we expected. It's not like happening in the way that we expected. But the thing is that with that Nine of Cups there, it is something that will bring you happiness. And the Knight of Pentacles is a very slow moving card. I believe it's the slowest moving card in the deck. So it is something that takes time. It's something that takes practice, or, really working towards it. But in the end, it's something that's going to make you very happy. So sticking with it. So I feel like they may be something that kind of comes up for you here, is sticking with something, or kind of seeing the silver lining around something. What's something positive here for Aries? Spirit of place and intention. So I feel like this is, I love this actually, because the intention card is all about, it's all about whatever intentions you have put out there, whatever you have been manifesting is on its way. That's kind of like, it's like delivering this message of your intentions have been heard, they've been received, and they're on their way. And the Spirit of Place is also about living in the moment. It's about allowing yourself to kind of be grounded in the present moment, and feeling really connected with where you are right now and how far you've come. I think that it's going to really bring in a sense of accomplishment when we can kind of reflect on how far we've come, instead of trying to focus on how far we still have to go, or how much more we still need to do. So I think that may be really helpful this week, is to focus on how far you've come and congratulate yourself, celebrate yourself, encourage yourself, and really reflect on how much you've grown, how much you've done for yourself already. And that's going to just further increase the potency and the energy towards your manifestations, towards your intentions for what you want to call into your life, is to kind of look at where you are right now and how far you've come, and feel really proud of yourself for that. So beautiful, Aries. Let's take a message from the angels for Aries this week. Message from the angels. Oh, beautiful. I feel like there's something here about reaching out to other people. I feel like there's something about maybe some of you are wanting to volunteer or connect with others. There's something about community, reaching out, coming out of some kind of comfort zone there. So I think that may be really helpful. Can we have one more here? The generosity. I love this card. I actually want to read the message here. I'm feeling really guided to read the message for generosity. You're asked to start or continue giving time, money, assistance, or goods. This act helps you know how much you have. It leads to a feeling of abundance that automatically attracts greater prosperity into your life. The more you give, the more you'll receive. Contribute with joy and be totally detached from the outcome of your offering. St. Nicholas reminds you of the happiness that you receive when you give to others from the spirit of love. Allow yourself to be surprised at how the universe gives back to you. St. Nicholas's legendary generosity led him to be called Santa Claus and has become a patron saint of children and the needy. One of the most famous stories about him describes his rescue of 3 young girls whose father was about to send them into prostitution to save the impoverished family. The saint threw 3 bags of gold through the girls' bedroom window so that their future was secure. St. Nicholas also helped reform thieves and assisted those wrongfully imprisoned. You can call upon him to inspire and guide your volunteer work and show you the best avenues to give donations. Wow, how beautiful. So there's something about like connecting and being a part of, I feel like there's something about wanting to be around those who you really feel like you can even connect with yourself, where you can see your own light. You can connect with your own light, your own soul, your own goodness. I think that there's something to that. Yeah. Beautiful. I'm going to pick one more. There's one more for Aries here. Wow, look at that. Sign from above and move. Yeah. So putting things into action. This could also be moving your body, allowing yourself to kind of break out of stagnancy. And with the sign from above, I feel like you might be really receiving a lot of guidance. Again, that crown chakra and third eye is going to be really open here for you. So beautiful reading, Aries. You're really on the way to for things to kind of really start shifting and moving. There's a lot of change I see here. I hope this reading resonated. If it did, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you for next week. Bye, Aries.